Okay, so I did 500 push-ups. Now, your first reaction might be, no, you didn't. That's why it's filmed, it's on camera, so that I have proof of having done 500 push-ups. Second of all, you might think to yourself, well, that's stupid. You get very many diminishing returns. You risk injuring yourself. And at some point, you might as well have just rested in between, done the 500 push-ups over the course of multiple days, and I would have gotten more out of it. Also true, but that wasn't the point of this exercise. The point of this exercise was to prove to myself that I am not mentally weak, right? And more importantly than proving to myself that I'm not mentally weak, because there are better ways to do this, it was to practice my mental toughness. Because everything that you do with motivation doesn't count as work. You didn't practice discipline. You use motivation. And it's not like motivation's a bad thing. You know, it's a nice treat to use to... It's a nice second wind to ride. But then when the second wind is gone, then how much you keep moving forward is all up to your discipline, right? And that's why I decided to do 500 push-ups, because if I just wanted to practice mental toughness and prove to myself, you know, I'm strong, I'm not a bitch, I do what I set out for myself, I could have just done 100 push-ups. But then why did I decide to do 500? The reason why I decided to do 500 push-ups instead of just 100 is because 100 push-ups you can do with motivation. Or you can even be motivated to do 500 push-ups. But then when you're done with the first 100, or 200, or however many it takes for you, you're not motivated anymore. You're in pain. You're doing push-ups in sets of 5. Sometimes I don't know, you tear your shoulder or something, front delt, and you end up doing 3, and then you need to do 2 sets of 1 to round out the number or something like that. Sometimes you miscount, and so you have to do extra ones because you don't want to end up having done less than 500. So at some point it becomes discipline. It was mainly to prove to myself, and this is actually the most important point, so write this down. This is an amazing exercise to practice keeping promises that you make to yourself. For example, I promised myself that I would do 500 push-ups. So I'm going to do 500 push-ups, even if after the first 200, I'm not motivated to do them anymore because I'm just in pain. You can see there my shoulder vein is like exploding, right? But again, the point here was just to practice my mental, because if it was to work out, I would not have done 500. I would have done 100 over the course of a week, and it would have helped me more, and I would not have gotten injured. And on top of that, maybe I would have stayed more consistent, because needless to say, after this, I stopped a bit. Like for 2 days, I didn't do any push-ups because I had to recover, right? But yeah, the main point is to practice keeping promises to yourself. Because if you can't keep promises you make to yourself, how do you expect yourself ever to change? Because to change, you need to promise yourself you're going to do something, do it, keep doing it. You understand? And if you can't even promise yourself you're going to do something because you don't believe in yourself, then what was the point? You know, first of all, you need to make sure that the promises you make to yourself, you keep. And you can see by the end of this that it was totally mental, because a lot of the reps, let's say after the 200 push-ups count, became really short, like where I was mainly moving my upper body and I wasn't really going down or extending my arm a lot, right? My arms a lot. So I am fully aware that some of these reps are not good reps. But again, that wasn't the point. The point was to challenge my mental. And I think you should challenge your mental too. I am a skinny fat guy. I'm a pudgy guy. I'm not fit. I have probably 20% body fat percentage. I'm pretty fat and out of shape, and I don't really do push-ups. I hadn't done push-ups in a long time, so I think you can do this as well. I challenge you to do 500 push-ups. Do it. You're not a bitch. But most importantly, it is a lot easier than you think it is, because I did it and I'm fat. So if you're a little bit lighter than me, then it's just going to be easier for you, because I had to carry more weight, more fat. But yeah, have a nice day.